After owning over 300 bottles of fragrance, I think I finally found my signature scent. So let's review L'Immensité by Louis Vuitton. Hey, what's going on? Hunter here and welcome back to my channel. And if you are new, what I do is I make fragrance related content. So if you love fragrances, hit that subscribe button down below and also make sure to follow my Instagram page. But that's right, we're reviewing L'Immensité by the house of Louis Vuitton. This one has gotten a ton of hype within the house and it's probably one of the most popular as well, along with Imagination, Afternoon Swim, and of course Ombre Nomad. L'Immensité is the one that stood out the most to me, and I did test and smell a bunch from them as well. Besides the Middle Eastern ones, I haven't got my nose on. But man, like I said in the intro of this video, I think this is going to be my new signature scent because of how versatile it is, how crowd pleasing it is, and it just suits me perfectly. And I'm so happy to have this in my collection and reviewing this one for you guys today. So let's go over some information about L'Immensité now. So this fragrance was launched back in 2018, so it hasn't been around that long. As far as the retail price goes for the 100 ml bottle like I have in hand, it will set you back $280. However, here's the kicker, and what makes me absolutely love this house is you can take your empty bottle back to a Louis Vuitton boutique and they will refill your bottle for $100 off. So you can pretty much get this again for $180. So I think that is phenomenal that they do that, and I think honestly most houses or more houses should include that as an option because I love that. Now for the concentration, this is an eau de parfum, so it is higher on the concentration scale, which is nice. The perfumer, who is actually the in-house perfumer, is Jack Cavalier. I think that's how you pronounce it. And he actually made another fragrance that's very similar to L'Immensité, which we'll talk about a little bit later. So yeah, he is the in-house perfumer and the person who makes all of the fragrances from Louis Vuitton. With all that information out of the way, let's go look at the packaging and presentation you get with L'Immensité now. So I do have to say that these do come in that nice brown Louis Vuitton boxes, but I'm not going to show you that today. I only have the fragrance box with me right now. Of course, it says Louis Vuitton L'Immensité Eau de Parfum. This is the 100 ml bottle. On the bottom, you will have your batch code and barcode to authenticate your product to see when it was produced, and just some of your ingredients and information on the back. On the top, you do have your LV logo. And let's open this up because you do have a canister inside like you see here. Your fragrance pretty much is housed in this nice Louis Vuitton canister with the LV on top. So yeah, I mean, I gotta say, as far as the fragrance packaging goes, it's not the most kind of luxurious feeling thing. However, that nice Louis Vuitton box that you get when you purchase a bottle is the nice touch. But yeah, this is pretty much just made out of paper. Now let's look at the bottle now. All right, so looking at these Louis Vuitton bottles, which I think look so incredible. Of course, you have L'Immensité right there, Louis Vuitton embossed. On the bottom, you will have engraved all of your information as well as far as your batch code and stuff goes. On the top, you do have that LV engraved also in like a nice gunmetal colorway, which looks nice. Nothing inside of the cap. This cap is pretty weighted and it is magnetic, which is phenomenal. I love a nice magnetic cap. And you can pick it up pretty confidently as well because it is a very sturdy, high quality magnet. Nothing on top of the atomizer, just all in all, these do look incredible. And these are not splash bottles. I know I get asked a lot when I picture these, is that a splash? No, it's not. Even though the stem is invisible, like most luxury fragrances, they can't see the stem inside, but these are of course sprays. So yeah, that is a beautiful bottle when it comes to Louis Vuitton. In the top, you have grapefruit, ginger, and bergamot. In the mid, you have water notes, sage, rosemary, and geranium. And in the base, you have ambroxan, amber, and labdanum. And this will be classified as a fresh citrusy. So let's go and spray this one and test out the atomizer of these LVs. Very nice atomizer, one of the best in the game. I gotta say, I love how these spray. So let's remind myself of that opening of L'Immensité now. Yeah, this fragrance was absolutely love at first sniff. I fell in love with this one. And I knew right away when I smelled it, I had to get a bottle. I actually had a clone of L'Immensité before even smelling the original. And I love that DNA that was from Dolce. I think aromatic ginger, that one's called. But wow, this one just smells 10 times better. In the opening, you get this very kind of watery grapefruit note. And I love the way Louis Vuitton did the grapefruit in this one. It might be my favorite, even over like Elysium by Roja. They did a phenomenal job with the grapefruit in there. This one though, oh man, it's so addicting, so mouth-watering. Now alongside that watery grapefruit, you get this kind of zesty, slightly spicy ginger note. And now this is where it resembles another fragrance, and that fragrance is Bulgari's Tiger. And I'm sure if you're watching this, you might have heard that fragrance. It's very, very hyped. That one is very similar with the grapefruit, ginger, and of course you get the ambroxan and the dry down of this one as well. But where they differ, in my opinion, Tiger is a phenomenal fragrance. Nothing against that one. However, that one is so simplistic with only 3 notes, and it's not complex. It's very linear. This one has a ton more character, a lot more going on, and we'll talk more about what makes this one different once we get into the mid as well though. But yeah, over Tiger, I actually think I prefer L'Immensité. I don't own a bottle of Tiger. I do have a decant of it though, and have worn it a few times. For me personally, I like my fragrances to have character, depth, and just a personality, and this one definitely does. It kind of takes that DNA and builds on it. So in the mid is where it kind of takes that DNA and builds on it from Tiger, because you get these aromatic qualities from sage, of course, what gives it a nice kind of fougere touch. I wouldn't classify it as a fougere fragrance though, but that sage definitely does give it that sort of vibe slightly. However, that rosemary is what's more prominent to me. It kind of gives it this nice mintiness that I just absolutely love so much. You do have those watery notes, which the water notes, it's not an aquatic fragrance at all. It kind of just goes along with that watery, juicy grapefruit that you pick up in the opening. This is not ozonic, not aquatic, nothing like that, which is good. I'm not the biggest fan of like aquatic, ozonic fragrances. It just comes across like a nice, watery kind of vibe. I must describe it as slightly spicy, watery, juicy, and slightly aromatic. And basically when Tiger has that ginger grapefruit opening, it just goes from ginger grapefruit to ambroxan in the base, and that's it. It totally dismisses the aromatic qualities and everything else that you get with this one. This one tells a story, unlike Tiger, which is pretty much like a 1-page book. However, this one is like a 300-page book. You go through a complete story while wearing this one, and it does change quite a bit on skin. Though once you do make your way into the base, you do definitely get a huge burst of that ambroxan, which is very popular in a lot of men's fragrances nowadays. Obviously, mostly known from being in Sauvage by Dior, which is sort of the fragrance that brought ambroxan on the map. It just kind of gives it that musky, ambery vibe along with that amber note as well. It is amber heavy as well in the base, which just gives it a nice warming, kind of a cozy, resinous vibe, which I just rock with completely. Honestly, if I can only wear one fragrance for the rest of my life, I might honestly have to choose L'Immensité. It's just that good as far as the scent profile. I've always been a fan of this scent profile. I have a ton of colognes of both L'Immensité and Tiger, and I think this one just does it the absolute best, and it's extremely versatile, which we'll talk about a little bit later. Now to touch on seasons and occasions that best suit L'Immensité. Now, for seasons, this is 100% the best for like spring, fall even, and summer. You could wear this one in the winter if you're wearing it as a signature scent. However, it does probably work the best in those other 3 seasons, but you could still pull it off. Like I said, if this is the only fragrance you own and you want to wear it year round, you definitely could, even though there is still better fragrances for the winter, of course, but this one just works pretty much all seasons. Now for occasions, this is definitely a casual and formal fragrance. You can wear this one every day, running errands, to the office, to work, hanging out with buddies, going on a date, going to a wedding, going to a dance, just anything. You can wear this one in a hoodie, shorts, you can wear this one in a tux, you can wear this one in a suit, a button up. This is just all year, all seasons, very versatile fragrance that smells extremely classy and sophisticated. Now for gender and age groups, this is definitely a male targeted fragrance. It does have that masculine vibe about it. I honestly could not see a woman wearing this one in my opinion as far as the scent profile goes. Now for age groups, this is youthful and mature. If you're a teenager and you got the money, you can definitely wear this one. If you're an older guy, like in your 30s and up, you can definitely wear this one in your 20s as well. Just works pretty much all age groups. It's so versatile. One of the most versatile fragrances I own and that I've smelled, to be honest with you. It's hard to come across a fragrance that anybody can pull off, any age groups, any seasons, any occasions, and this one definitely fits the bill for that. This fragrance just pretty much smells like an owner of a business, a CEO, someone that has his life together as well. This fragrance kind of wears you. Like, it pretty much, if you're a teenager wearing this one, it will suit you. If you're a CEO of a business, it will suit you as well. It just kind of adapts to any situation, any person, any personality, and any occasion. Now let's wrap things off talking on the performance of L'Immensité now. So I would say this is about average performing. It's not nuclear, it's not above average, not beast mode. It's also not a timid, soft fragrance that is below average either. It's right down the middle, perfect average. I get around 8 hours of longevity. Even though that 8 hours is pushing it, I could say maybe 7. It ranged from 7 to 8 when I was testing this one out, which is absolutely perfect for the majority of people. A lot of people don't want their fragrances to last 24 hours, or even after you shower, you have to still scrub it off. This one will get you through a work day, will get you through the majority of situations when you spray it. So no complaints at all. It's just pretty much perfectly average. The projection though, this stuff actually projects very nicely and leaves a phenomenal scent trail with the sillage when you're walking by people. And this one kind of like starts to perform even better over time once your skin warms up and stuff. So I got a good projection for maybe 3 to 4 hours, like pretty decent projection, like maybe an arm length away. Especially when you're walking by, people will smell this one off your neck if you spray your neck, obviously, with that sillage and that scent trail. So you don't have to worry about that. This one will get you noticed. It will also get you a ton of compliments, a huge crowd pleaser, a huge compliment magnet. And I can see women absolutely adoring this one. I honestly don't really have any complaints about L'Immensité. The scent profile is so addicting, mouth-watering, so versatile. The versatility is on point. As far as the performance, it's nothing to complain about, especially from a scent profile and DNA such as this being kind of fresh and citrusy. You're not gonna expect a beast mode fragrance. So this one is just absolutely perfect in my opinion, and why I'm thinking about making this my signature scent, especially since you can refill them at $100 off. I think that is just so incredible, and just a cherry on top with this fragrance. And all the fresh fragrances from Louis Vuitton, because I actually do have the miniature set, as you see right there on top of my shelf, with all 5 men's creations, even though there are 7, so it's missing 2. But out of those ones, like Imagination, Orage, L'Immensité, Meteor is another one. This one is by far my favorite. Coming in second would probably be Orage. I love that one. It's like a fresh patchouli fragrance, which is very well done. And you know I love my patchouli, but this one just took the show for me. That's gonna do it for my review of Louis Vuitton's L'Immensité. Let me know down below if you've got your nose on this one, and what is your favorite from the house of Louis Vuitton. I would love to hear your guys' opinion. But as always, leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see all of you back here in my next fragrance upload. Take care, everybody.